because normally when I'm role playing it's with friends and I'm not doing introduction like that. But I've gotten my hands. Actually, I've been preparing this little thing for like a year. I mean, I think a year ago or something, I made a roll 20 like pay game alone against the flames. But for some reason, like up until now, I just didn't have enough drive to just go with it. I'm not exactly sure why, but it just like I made it. It played there. It waited, and for some reason I decided, you know what? Let's do it. So, as you know, there are like campaigns in terms of role playing sessions. There are like single one shots, so you have one adventure and that's over. But those are played, with game master or dungeon master of master of the ceremonies, however you call him or her. But there are also like things called solo adventures. I think there might be some campaigns, but this one is basically a one shot. I think I might be able to play it like during one sitting. Essentially, like you are a player and DM at the same time, and you basically are being led through a story. Because my voice and my reading of English is not as great as I would like, obviously I'm probably not gonna be reading every single text because your ears would probably bleed and drop off or something, which I mean would work well in the setting, Call of Cthulhu, but I don't think this is something that you would prepare. Some of the things I already did up front because I didn't want to waste time thinking what I'm gonna get. As you can see, like basically I applied characteristics and also investigator skills. And because as you might expect in Call of Cthulhu, you usually are not expected to fight. Or rather, if actually a fight happens, it's you have a chance against cultists, but if a monster comes, boy, you are boned, and you better run. So, how are we gonna start? Obviously, like I have like a couple of tabletop audio, like songs or rather like audio pieces. Because they are offered free on Roll20, I really hope they won't cause YouTube copyright infringement from triggering. Even if it will, my channel is not monetized, but either way, it's something that still irritates me if something is, something triggers that monetization. Anyways, let us begin. So you see there's this whole intro. I also have the PDF for quick start rules, so that's fine. But apparently, basically this thing is like I don't need to read the rules. Yeah, just don't sit too close to the fire, and I have like everything prepared in terms of like character sheet and whatnot. So number one, the sun is high in the sky, a merciless ball of heat. You feel scorched by the time you reach the boss halt in front of Osmond's drugstore. So we are arriving somewhere. It has been a long summer here in your hometown and a curiously empty one. So we are looking at the shops, like mistrustful faces. Uh, we were living in Providence, like back in the south. And apparently the people here are not welcome, and considering the reputation of Arkham, obviously not known in character, it's pretty understandable why they are suspectful. So we are arriving here for a new job in Arkham. Uh, Yet everybody you know in the world lives here. You know nobody in Arkham, not one soul. You ask yourself one time if you are doing the right thing. The answer is here. None of your supposed friends have come to see you off. You are alone. Whatever challenge lie in Arkham, it will be a new life and a brave one. A small grey motor coach approaches and rattles to a stop. You put your hat back on and pick up your cases. So yeah, through some different, like some life happenings, we are forced to do a thing. Okay, so 263. All right. Okay, so we have two young men, sunless expressions, allied from the coach. They look at us. We are being examined. Thin man in his 50s, dressed in a stained shirt with. Oh, so we are like riding in a coach, like a old school, like 1920s version of a bus. Uh, yeah, the bus company emblem. Yet his eyes are sharp in their dark sockets. Where to? Yeah, we're going for OCP, and then we'll be going to Rochester and Portsmouth before the coastal line to Newburyport and finally Arkham. Oh, so we are not in Arkham. Apologies, I had to sneeze. So we are not in Arkham yet. We are basically making a long trip from Arkham to from Providence or whatever, wherever we are in the south to Arkham. The driver scratches the match and lights his cigarette. Luggage racks up here. Okay, so we applied, like I applied all of these attributes to my character. As you can see, we are not exactly big. Our strength, condition, apparition, not apparition, but looks, I guess. They are average. Intelligence is slightly above average. Not sure why I put 80 in education, but maybe because I'm good with running or something. Maybe. Uh, yeah, 60 power. Didn't read the rules, so not exactly sure what power does. And then education 70, so we are not so stupid. Okay, so I did that. So now I'm going to 8. Oh my. Thank you. The driver smokes and watches as you drag your cases to the back of the motor coach. The rack is sitting conveniently high on the vehicle. You get a grip on a heavier case. If your CIS is 40, go to 23. Oh my word. I think it is 23. I mean, my size is 40. Yep. So as you can see, this is one of the first choices. So 23. You struggle for a few seconds before the driver comes up beside you and lends a hand, still puffing on a cigarette. Heavy bags for spawn on, he remarks. You judge it best to respond with a simple thanks. Well, what can I say? I was never like a big burly guy, so sorry for that. Okay, then we're going with 233. The driver flicks his cigarette into the gutter and steps into the motor coach. Its engine goes into... Oh, that's a pretty okay look. Life, you're bored, grateful that you'll be the only passenger for the initial part of your trip at least. Mixed emotions. Arkham is your new home. You'll travel there and make a new start. You'll see two smaller boxes right of each characteristic value. Half each value rounding and right does not in the upper right box. Also divide each value by 5 again rounding and down the lower right box. We'll use these numbers later. I'm pretty sure this is like these two dices. Like next to a strength that you have the upper die and lower one. So it's, I think this is basically what they mean. Because I'm using Roll20 interactive shit. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing it correctly. Okay, so as you subtract the cortex sanity magic points, bringing sanity is equal to your original POW. And beginning magic points are the same as the value just assigned for POW divided by 5. Mark these on the tracks. So my power is 60, so my sanity is 60. And where are my magic points? Okay, so I think, yeah, I have 12. 9 hit points. Yeah, I think I have it pretty in control. Okay, then go to 134. The coach patters through the countryside. At first, interest stiffling and news come out closes with every bend on the road. Opens his window. We finally manage to relax into the journey and observing this stuff. A heavy set woman boards at one settlement, gives you a polite nod. She gets off at the next one. Oh, so it just says like, huh, I wonder if she's a random person. Maybe, maybe not. The road rises a little, passing cornfields and orchards. Yeah, we did the hit points thing also because, as I said, interactive sheet on Roll20 does all the things, assuming you put the stats in there. Yeah. So we have that done. Luck score 3d6. Okay, times 5. 3d6 times 5. So, actually, I'm not sure if I should change it. Yeah, 3d6. Okay, so our luck is 45. Makes sense. Now you must make a roll against your dex. Roll 1d100, this means only 2 10, use 1 value for tens and 1 value for... Yes, you must choose which is which before you roll. If you roll equal to your dex, or else you pass the roll. If you roll greater than this, you fail the roll. You may be tempted to skip such rolls and simply pretend you always pass, but Call of Cthulhu is a game of mystery and horror. The terrible disasters that can befall your character are part of the fun. You'll not necessarily have more fun if you pass a roll than you would if you have failed. I completely agree. So, we are making a basic dexterity roll, which I think I will be making with the higher die, right? Oh, right, because it already did the like if I had to roll the halved version, then I would have to look at this result. If I rolled the slashed in quarter version, then I would have to look at this roll. So I think at the basic I had to get, yeah, we are just running basic decks, so I had to get 80 or less. I mean, rolls were pretty terrible, cut them. Yeah, anyways, so yeah, I succeeded, which means that I passed, so I'm going to 261. A desperate yell awakens you. You feel yourself slide from the seat as the driver spins the wheel and the motor coach plunges off the road. You grab hold the seat in front just in time to prevent a painful fall. The coach stops with a thump. Now you see what has happened. A Ford tractor has stopped in the road and the driver has to swerve to avoid the steel obstacle. He leaps from his seat into the road, unleashing a stink of the curses at the farmer. You take a moment to catch your breath. Perhaps you should offer assistance, but the driver has already returned. He backs up the coach a little and treads around the tractor, glaring at the farmer. I mean, even the mundane stuff like that in Call of Cthulhu like makes you think, ooh, wow, this is gonna get like ugly soon. But that's the thing, like because it's Call of Cthulhu, you expect bad stuff to happen, and then mundane stuff happens, and you're like, wait a moment, this is like prepping quiet before the storm. Okay, but we managed to pass, so I'm going to 71. You resume your journey, the driver takes the reverse from location number 4. Sorry about before, the fella was dumber than a hawk. I'm Silas, what's your name? Yeah, technically it was his fault, but I'm not gonna antagonize a guy that's driving me through the middle of nowhere. So yeah, I'm responding that my name's Matt. And I think I said that I'm like late 20s, so yeah, that can work. The coach turns in onto a narrow road which waves uphill through woodland, size becomes chatty. Going to Arkham, eh? Can't say I ever heard of the place. Went to Boston once, didn't like it. Too much hustle and bustle. You got family there? Especially someone waiting? The afternoon is wearing on. You see no harm in confiding in silence about your new life. A job, eh? What's your line? Choose an occupation for your character from the following options. If you're an antiquarian, go to 102. If you are a doctor of medicine, go to 226. Journalist, private investigator, professor. What I gave myself: anthropology, archaeology, history, library use, natural world, psychology. So I think that means I mean, honestly, for being like late 20s, being a professor, but those were like different days. So I'm gonna say I'm a professor. Why not? Why the hell not, right? Why the hell not? Mm, okay, so we have that. So yeah, professor, then I'm going to 265. Explain, you are joining the faculty at the renowned Miskatonic University. Oh yeah, right, okay, junior position, which makes complete sense. With teaching and tutoring duties, but the institution is well regarded. Who knows where it will lead. Sportsman expeditions. I had enough of book learning when I was young, and still, I suppose it's well enough for those who likes it. Well, I guess I do. Yeah, I added my credit rating. I also did my occupation skills already, as you can see. Yeah, language. I'm not sure which other language I'll use, so I might cheat a little bit on that one, but we'll see. So yeah, we have all the skills, so we can move to 1 to 8. You realize Silas hasn't made a stop since the incident with the tractor. The motor coach wins its way uphill, however your thoughts are interrupted as the road crests a ridge and you are treated to a magnificent view of the vista below. A creek snakes through the valley, breaking the ridge out to the palette of the tree line. In the distance, the mountains rise into hazy cloud. There is no settlement, not even a cabin, as far as the eye can see. Birds drift through the treetops, and you can just make out what might be two white-tailed deer lingering by the water. Perhaps you are making a mistake by moving to this city. Could you survive in this lush wilderness? You have a base ability, most skills listed in brackets. Okay, so this is basically another mechanical stuff. Personal interest skills. So 4. So I'm boosting him by 20. Um. Okay. I'm not sure which one I should be checking because they are my personal interests. So I'm not sure if I should be checking them. Uh, Maybe not. Anyways, one is charm, so boosting it by 20. First aid, sure, boosting it by 20. What the hell? I'm gonna like test them. I mean, I'm good with listening to people, right? So that's my third one. And then I had to deal with either I was like had to like persuade some of my senior guys, or I will be have to persuade some of the senior guys, or maybe I was pranked a little few times because no friends, so to like saw me out. Basically, I was like living alone, so maybe I was like bullied a little, so I had to spot some stuff. Uh, so yeah, I'm gonna go that spot hidden. 45. So those are my personal interest skills. Okay, now go to 144. Okay, we're traveling through the hills. The driver goes silent. It's getting dark. A settlement on the crest of the hill. So it's not Ossipi. From the engine's interrupts the reverie, sides frowns and rattles the gear stick. The motor falters in its ascent, utters a curse in against his stiff surrounding at the wheel. So basically you have an engine failure. You must now choose to make a roll against drive auto or psychology. If you choose drive auto, you need to roll equal as a skill value. That will be hard. I mean, I will like be a little min-maxy because look, my drive out was 20 and my psychology is 50. Huh. Which means if it's hard, then half. So I would need to get 25 on psychology and or 20 on drive auto. You know what? I mean, I could understand how drive auto skill could work, but how psychology works with that, I'm not sure. So I'm gonna make a roll. I'm definitely gonna make a roll. Sadly, I fail. Man, I even failed on the basic one. Okay, so I failed my roll. Silas opens the engine compartment and opens the engine compartment open and sticks his head inside. He pokes at his components. I'm sure what's wrong. Might be the oil pressure, might be something not even to the spill. Can't do much until an engine called Snyder and the light fading. I reckon will be here through the night. Oh boy. The shadows from your journey are already long and the air is chilly. You feel stiff from the journey, and the night in the rickety couch sounds unappealing. Silas sees your dismay. This here's Emberhead, miles from any place. I only come through twice a week, but the folks here are good people. May let better keeps a spare room. She'll look after you up the alley, turn right, first a house on the left. He scratches his chin, goes again into the engine compartment and spins on the ground. Meet me back here at the 8 in the morning and we'll see how we stand. To look for May Ledwidge's house, go to 267. I mean, I assume Silas can take care of himself, and if he says she's good people, like I don't believe I'm much of a suspicious character, so yeah, I'm probably gonna go with the choice that I'm looking for her house. So in buildings you feel surprisingly wary. Considering you have spent all size directions lead you to a modest dwelling with a slate roof, and it leads better lodging room. The lane around you is gloomy, but a lamp flickers in the window. A breeze chills your face. You are not about to begin your new life by sleeping in the street. You're up on a weather-beaten door. So go to 4. After a moment, you hear footsteps inside the house. A bolt is drawn back and the wooden door swings open. figure with loose curls and rough-looking house dress peers at you. Her gaze takes in your travelings and your cases. Her voice has a slight Irish lit. Yeah, I'm not gonna try to roleplay that. Hello, should I take you looking for him from the night? Rates, they will be reasonable. I'm May, so yeah, I'm Joshua. Feels cramped with a low ceiling. The aroma of the tea souvenir. Have you come for the festival? Not exactly. I mean, she seems okay, so I'm gonna explain what's going on. Deep to the anger, green eyes. He always dies so fast. Thinks the road is made for him alone. He hit a mare some years back. That was a terrible thing. You should have seen the state of the coach. You'll be surprised at the damage done. If living here, though, we can afford to antagonize the man. He's about the only link we have to the world at large. Our he's not about soul at heart. I suppose that going the same route for 15 years